Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Meet a Mentalist. I'm joined today by Delbert Hermreck. Delbert, you want to say hi?
Howdy, boss man.
Good to see you, brother. You ready to rock and roll?
As usual, ready to go.
All right. You know how we do these. You've seen them before. Let's start out on the personal side. Tell me about your family.
My growing up period, I guess I'm one of five kids out of Paola, Kansas, small town south of Kansas City, about an hour. Moved to Denver 7 years ago. Now I'm married, have a wife and two pups and a cat, Chicken.
Okay. So you gave me your cat's name, which is Chicken, which is funny. But what about your wife? What's your wife's name?
My wife, Megan, and I have been married coming up on 9 years here in 2 weeks. And then, like I said, I got two dogs, one boxer, one Weimaraner, and that is Bane Hardy and Ruger Cogburn.
Ruger Cogburn. Very good. Wife, two dogs, and a cat. And I think you mentioned this. You're from Kansas, and now you're living in the Denver area.
Yes, sir. That's exactly right. Growing up just south of Kansas City, spent most of my life there. Have bounced around from place to place, but Denver's home now, for sure.
Awesome. I said the Kansas City Royals hat is not lost on me, and I think we're down to the wire, brother. The Royals are nipping at the Mariners' heels.
Yeah, I think we're 2 games back right now, but we got a little bit of baseball left. We just hope that we can sneak into the wild card, at least one of us.
Yeah, well, we're falling like a rock, so you're in pretty good shape, I think. Okay, what do you do for the agency?
Well, luckily enough, I am the head of search. So I kind of help with the reach team and all of our development around search capabilities, so SEO, paid, even do a lot of paid social, everything from data and analytics, but to the research, competitive analysis, content audits, all that fun stuff. And as you know, and have challenged our team with quite a bit, AI and what's next on that search landscape.
Yeah, what's how that's a pretty disruptive, pretty like right now topic. By the time people watch this, we're right off the backside of inbound. They talked a lot about this. You've been talking a lot about this with clients. What the hell is an LLM? What the hell is AEO? Like you're one of the ones on our team that's trying to unpack that and adjusting strategies. What's it like in your world right now?
Hectic to say the least. I've been doing this type of work now for about 15 or 16 years, believe it or not. And I go all the way back to Google Map Maker, and local search, and kind of what that meant to search engines and what it did to change everything. Starting from a sales position, selling, trying to get people from Google, from Yellow Page ads to Google ads, from back in the day. This is kind of one of those big disruptors. Probably the biggest disruptor since I've been in search right now. We're anticipating 25% of search is going to shift over to the LLM strategy, right? So ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini. What is that going to mean for businesses over the next 6 months to 10 years, right? Everything is changing. It's rapid paced. I like to think of it as the wild, wild west. So now's the time to be aggressive, learn from strategies, your campaigns, and kind of tweak and understand what the user data is providing us and where we go from here.
Yeah, a couple of good points there. And I think you mentioned this in there, 15 years in the industry, and things are always changing. This isn't the first shift. I remember what SEO was 10 years ago, right? Versus now. And so in the ever evolving world of trying to position yourself to be findable and credible in the online world, certainly this isn't the first shift we've seen, albeit really, really impactful. I'm just curious, like in all of your experience, like it feels like there's disruption, but there's also a lot of opportunity. And if I think about the way things were, say, a year ago, the way business was done, people go to Google, they search, they scroll down, they pick a result. Now things are changing quickly, but doesn't that also represent a lot of opportunity for companies maybe that weren't at the top of search engines before and felt like maybe they were 5, 10, 15 years behind the curve? Like, doesn't that make a lot of opportunity for some of our clients?
Oh, absolutely. And I think this is where you and I align just in our personality and what we expect kind of as we approach strategy moving forward. I've never taken anything personally in this environment, right? It's all about strategy and who wants to be aggressive. I think we learn fastest by failing fast. So if I am doing anything right now, that's the buzzword I'm using with my clients is, hey, this is just a new opportunity for us. And if you can trust me, if you can trust our team with developing a sound strategy and you like what we're working with, let's see what's out there because there is no wrong answer. I think as long as search continues to evolve like that, teams like mine that are flexible, aggressive, creative, I think we position our clients with a new opportunity in the search landscape to win.
Yeah, a lot of probing, a lot of experimentation, a lot of testing, a lot of let's form a hypothesis, get it live, get it out there. There's got to be some shifts in like tools and technology too. I think you've been doing a lot of work right now, looking at a lot of different technology. And so I'll kind of give you a two-part question here. You can kind of jump in how you want, but like just an open door to talk about some of the tool sets that you're using, maybe that our clients don't have access to, and also sort of pivoting that into like maybe an example of something you can come up with that you've done that's pretty cool alongside that.
So for tools, right? HubSpot gives us some pretty interesting tidbits, right? They just rolled out the AEO strategy, the AEO grader tool right there in the back end. We positioned ourselves really well by attaching new reports that HubSpot's rolled out, specifically around AI referral traffic and seeing how many contacts were being created specifically from those platforms. We had to ask for a long time, but we finally got that. So we're integrating that into our reporting tools. But there are tools like SimilarWeb or SEMrush, Ahrefs. I think you got to meet one of our guys out there at San Francisco at the inbound for Scrunch AI. These types of tools that are giving us as content marketers the ability to kind of gain more data around everything from what used to be a keyword and the most popular search thing are now prompts, right? What are people actually looking for? And what we're understanding is that by the time somebody lands on a website now, please believe they've already done their research, right? So it's Google doing what they always said they wanted to do, providing an answer as quickly as they can. That was the bare bones minimum of it, right? So if we can have if I can take tools that I'm learning that data from and make sure that our content strategies are positioning themselves in a way to gain that traffic, I think that, like to your point, opportunity is just wide open there.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. A lot of success at the bottom of the funnel right now. Maybe some fall off on traditional, like go to Google, do a search, read a blog article, visit a website, spend a bunch of time. I think to your point, when people do land on your website, they're a lot more sales ready. And so it's how do we take a client and get them really positioned well as people are doing their research so that they end up on their website and they're ready to buy.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a lot of nurturing once they get to a website, like who you are and having to go through an about us page or maybe even look at a company direction or even spend a lot of time in different industries. It's okay, I got this answer at one point in time or from one source. I've got this answer. How do I back that answer and make sure that I'm making the right buying decision? Right. So it's even got a little bit of an old school SEO feel to it to me. We used to talk a lot about directory listings and making sure that you were positioning yourself across the internet with the same name, image, and likeness all over as much as you can. And it seems like that's what's really fueling a lot of the LLM traffic right now is if you've got a lot of case studies out there, a lot of people are, recommending your service, you have a huge opportunity to win in that space.
Really good, really good. I love it. Okay, that's a lot about the work stuff, the evolution of search, the proliferation of LLMs, and all that type of stuff. That's fantastic. I love it. Let's switch back to the personal side a little bit. When you're not knee deep in AEO and LLM strategies and buried in technology, software and such, what do you do for fun?
Well, I spend a lot of time outdoors, believe it or not. I hard to keep me inside most days. I think like you, I grew up in an environment that was nurtured on hunting and fishing and doing a lot of good work outside. So if I can be outside in the sunshine, whether I'm hiking mountains, I think there are 50 14ers in the state. And over the last weekend, I got number 24 out of the way. So I do a lot of hiking. snowboarding. My wife skis. We do a lot of camping, fly fishing. You've showed me a little bit of the ropes there, right? But yeah, anything I can do outdoors, that's what I'm doing for fun.
Very good. A lot of outdoors. You're a mountain goat. You and Meg climbing mountains all over the state. I think you're into gardening a little bit too, right? Like it's kind of getting close to end of season. How was your crop this year?
So to be honest, with the way that the weather worked out this year, my garden fell flat. But yes, I do spend a lot of time trying to grow a bunch of different crops out here. And when I say crops, I mean in a garden box, right? So I've got 3 or 4 tomato plants, quite a few pepper plants that I get from my neighbors, but I am looking at actively adding in a bunch of fruit trees. I've never grown peaches or lemons, but I'm thinking about adding those to my stock for next year.
Very good. I planted a few fruit trees this year, and they're still alive. So you're in a better spot. I'm a little higher up the mountain than you, so growing stuff can be a little tough. But I know gardening's big for you. I think you're into music too, aren't you?
Do a lot of live concerts for sure. Red Rocks, Fiddlers, any little theater that we can go to. Absolutely spend a lot of time in front of live music if I get the chance.
Very good. And that's in Colorado it gets cold pretty quickly, and we get a bunch of snow. So good to have something seasonally to be able to jump into. So it feels like maybe in the warmer months you spend a little more time outdoors, and then as things get a little chillier, then it's maybe going to the theater to catch a show.
You got it.
Love it. Good stuff, man. Really good to get to know you. Share some ideas, some strategies, and stuff like that today. You know how we close these out, though. Something inspirational. Do you have maybe a favorite quote, something that you think the audience would enjoy?
I think for a lot of people who know me, they know I rattle off sayings faster than I can even think of them most of the time. So I'll just leave you with this one. If you see somebody without a smile, remember to give them yours.
Very good. I think you're the analogy king. Maybe not the quote king, but the analogy king. That's a great one. If you see somebody with a smile, give
Without
them
a smile.
yours.
You see
Without a smile,
somebody,
yeah. If you
yeah,
see someone without a smile, give them yours.
you got it.
That's a good quote. Maybe a reminder to carry your own weather and try to bring some good positive energy and vibes to the world. And no matter what somebody else might be thinking, you might be able to brighten their day.
I do my very best, right?
Yeah, I know you. You bring a smile to a lot of people's face around here. You're a pleasure to have on the team, brother. You are a cultural icon around here, and I know our clients get a good kick out of some of your euphemisms and stuff like that as you're pitching some really, really, really solid strategies. So thank you for all you do. Appreciate you, brother.
Of course, man. It's my pleasure. Look forward to seeing you soon.
All right, all. Thank you.